I'm Kate.
I'm Ebong.
And I'm Sonya. And today we're dishing with you from Cities. You may be wondering, cities? Yes, cities here in Washington, where they highlight different cities in their food every couple of months. I'm really excited about this place.
She almost slapped me in the face.
Because they are highlighting some of my favorite cities this month. Athens, Greece, Havana, Cuba. Haven't been there. I'll go soon when they open it up. And Beijing, and of course Washington. So it's all of my favorite cities. So
I'm gonna, these shrimp cigars are one of their things from Washington D.C. that they say are you must try. So order that.
And they're big shrimps. It's really nice.
Like prawns.
And this new city, in the city is a tremendously nicely designed restaurant. And to speak with us today about design in general is Alex Sanchez, who is a Renaissance designer and who was formerly on HGTV's Design Star. That's it. So.
Okay, you're like how can you be a Renaissance designer? You're like, I mean, you're young.
Young. Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's pretty much because I'm not your typical designer.
Okay.
For the most part, when I started my business, my goal was to do opposite of a lot of things that I've learned in design. So pretty much just getting more into doing things that are right for the person, not just what the rules say to do.
What's the biggest rule to break when you're designing?
I think the biggest rule is about mixing styles. Like some people think you have to stay with one style throughout your entire space. No one person is entirely the same all the time. So it's important that you just all the different styles that you like. There's a way to make them all work together.
So what was your influence that got you to this point now? What would you be defined as a designer? So if I saw one of your works, I'd be able to say, that's Alex Sanchez.
I specialize in very urban, modern bachelor pads. Okay. So because...
Tell us about this. We need to know more about this.
I'm urban and I'm modern, but I don't know about bachelor pads.
So the thing is that in DC, this is so transient. There's so many new people moving here all the time. Is that so I focus on a lot of the new up-and-coming individuals who move to the city.
Okay.
And so they usually have pads that are full of IKEA furniture, which is not a bad thing, but it's usually done.
It's a good start. It's called starter furniture for a reason.
It was also passed down stuff, and it's a lot of college dorm room stuff, and just to give them a new image in the new city that they moved to.
I'm very minimalistic, so I mean, I literally have nothing but clothes. So it'd be like a chair, clothes on it, and you know. So what if I was your client? What would you suggest? You know,
minimalistic just means that you focus on the details more, and then you make it really elegant.
I thought minimalistic meant there's nothing.
You have no stuff.
It's all white space, like sanitarium, and
it's art to everything. It's art to doing minimalist too. Otherwise, it just looks like it's empty, and you haven't moved in yet.
That's what I thought minimalistic was.
I don't have time to decorate. Well, I'm currently trying to decorate my dining room, and I have great 10-piece furniture set, but I don't know where to go from there. And how can I find motivation?
And she wants to be, and she wants to be like sophisticated homemaker.
I own a home, so it's like not IKEA furniture.
Sophisticated?
Well, I don't know. See, that's the problem. How do you find the look?
Is it a dining set like they all are?
They all match.
It is, and it's from it's.
Oh, do you not like that? I got a little eye roll there.
It's antique. It's antique.
Okay.
It's antique mahogany.
The thing is, you have to look at the layers. So in other words, you have to know exactly how you want to feel when you walk into a space. It's not just about the look.
Okay.
So when you base it on how you want to feel, it kind of helps you give a gauge of how you want to bring it in.
Okay.
Lighting is important because it sets the tone. One room can look completely horrible under the wrong light, and the right lighting just completely brings everything out.
It's kind of like when you meet a woman in a club or something like that.
Yes. And then you wait till the lights turn on before you...
Exactly. And it's not that I know. I'm just saying I've heard.
I'm a bad cook, so you're saying dark lights. I'll look prettier, and the food will look better.
Well, I do want to ask about lighting. Nobody likes fluorescent lighting but me. Everyone uses all of these little lamps and stuff. I hate turning on lamps everywhere I go around the house.
I clap for my friend.
Nobody does but me. But how can we not just use little? What can we do other than fluorescent lights to not just have lamps all over our house?
The easiest thing is to just use dimmers. Some of your general lighting, like your recess lights or whatever, make sure you always put those on dimmers because it could give you the same right ambient lighting just by changing the settings on it.
Because fluorescent lights reminds me of hospitals and schools and government buildings.
Being on stage, I love it.
Do on an incandescent light. Under fluorescent light, everyone kind of looks a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Now, do you suggest what do you suggest for taking? Some people like a lot of change. I don't. My places look the same for a long time, but changing from spring to fall or winter.
Those are the Virgos of the world, I think. Like people who conceptualize.
They need a constant renaissance.
The easiest thing is like a can of paint is really inexpensive.
Oh. What? Really? Painting?
Painting.
But the time is expensive.
Not if you have someone else doing it for you.
Oh.
See, that's a good point.
But it's really not that bad. Like you could just leave for work during the day, come back home to a whole new space.
Yeah, because everything's empty
After
because
you've
it's been
moved
stolen.
all of the furniture away.
Because you hired the wrong
No,
person.
you hire this guy and he'll come in and he'll
No,
paint.
he's not painting anything.
I bring my
But he
guy.
brings his, he has his
look at
people.
this guy's dressed.
He's got people.
I picked up brush.
He's done.
Oh, okay.
So tell us a little bit about your stint on HGTV's Design Star then. Did you have to paint on the show?
I did. I had to do everything on the show. It was really crazy because it was like, we want you to build this, and here's a saw and use it. I was like, yeah. By the way, I haven't used one before, and I want to keep all my fingers. But yeah, they just let you go.
What kind of room did you tell us about the room that you built? If you hadn't seen the show.
Yeah, the first room is just like it's a white room space. You just build it based on one of your other, one of the other contendants. We worked in for the New York City Firehouse. We do one of their firehouse rooms. We worked in the Trump Towers in New Jersey. Did work at another condo space in Manhattan. There's a lot of different spaces around New York.
So you said there's some things you hadn't done before before you got on the show. Like, how was as it relates to your background? How did you get to this point where you are now? Because you're very knowledgeable. I mean, I've met a lot of designers. They're all over the place.
And how old are you?
You're very knowledgeable. You know?
I mean, no offense.
I'll go with that. It's fine. Now I'm 27. So
That's why he's a Renaissance man. It's the rebirth here.
But you
That's
learned
true.
so much in such a
It's
small
crazy
amount of time.
because in elementary school I used to literally run home if I was late to watch a design show, and I thought everyone did that. I thought it was normal. So I've been watching design shows and learning design since I was about 6.
So you've always had that calling and you
And I
knew
always
where to
thought it was a
go.
hobby and anything was going to be a career until I was in corporate America and hated it. And I just took 2 years kind of wandering around.
I know what you
Talk
mean.
about bad lighting.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were younger, around 6, were you finger painting on the walls and moving around furniture in the house?
Drawing the redesign for my parents' renovations for their house.
At 6 years old?
6, I started building houses out of popsicle sticks.
Okay.
I started drawing up designs, and by the time I was 9, I drew the renovations for my parents' house.
So 2011, what's the great sort of...
What's the big trend?
I'm sorry.
So after you at 9, I'm sorry.
He's
Prodigy.
finally not
I'm-
going to have
I'm
a
just like-
minimalist space.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. So at 9 years old, you did all this, and that's not. And it's, kids draw a lot of stuff, but the question is, it had to have been very good for your parents to say yes, let's do this, and convince everybody else.
Yeah, I guess it was good because they used it, and it's what the house they live in now. So
Wow.
It hasn't fallen down.
no.
Well, it's truly a home if you help to design it then,
I
right?
feel good about it.
We do want to know, she started asking you.
2011, what's the big design thing that we should be looking for? Any colors? What is it? It's like pillows.
Watch him
this
say
year.
lamps.
I think oranges, like the mod orange, 70s, 60s oranges, are really coming back.
Oh, wow.
And just also going with the mid-century modern. That style is.
I don't really know what that means.
Okay, so
I'm
it's
like, yes,
it's
I don't really know what that
modern.
means.
It's like think Jetsons, think Brady Bunch, and then think modern.
Okay.
Ah,
So
very
like
cool.
you have
I like it.
classic. You have
It's
classic
sort of
lines
this
in there.
place, isn't it?
This
Sort
has a
of.
lot of mod textures in it. Yes, it does.
Do you see, I'm quick study.
That's why
Just
it's
saying.
a good restaurant. They know what they're doing.
Very exciting. Well, you heard it here first. All the trends and also some trendy new people to watch because he's got his booming business. He's the RenaissanceDC.com, right? Renaissance man here in the city. H. Alex Sanchez, thanks so much for being with us. As always, thank you for being with us, and thanks for watching The District Dish.